My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2, where we're gonna hit that button once and ooh, because it's sampling from the clans that I have not done their combination before. I can even use the random and I'll end up with a Spine Chief as my lead. Woohoo! 5 copies of Fracture in the base deck as well. 5 copies of Spore Touch. 2 Bogflys. Non-infused though. And a Keeper of Echoes, hey. 2 Gooey Flask. I'm thinking we've probably got a Spine Chief, Keeper of Echoes bottom line, fly the Bogflys down, use the Keeper of Echoes to buff them. That's what it's looking like at the moment. Let's actually look at the champion line first here. The Corruptor, friendly units have +5 damage per gem, is nice. Let's have a look at the future of that line though. Yeah, it's not the Infector line. Of course. Well, I mean, that's how we get the gems, which then inspire. I haven't gone anywhere with the Corruptor line yet. Although the Decayer line does give us more health. And that's kind of what I need on that bottom line. And it's also an Inspire trigger, which is already something I'm intending to trigger. Alright, we'll start with Decayer. Ridiculous. Base charge. At the start of battle, add 2 gems to each floor. Huge. That's at the start of battle. Huh. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Start of battle. I was wondering if maybe it would do it after the deployment phase so it could trigger Inspires, but it doesn't. Oh, this is actually really good for flying our Bogflys down. Hell yeah. You also have Aqua's Reservation for 3 additional Ember, 1 time each battle. I'll take it this turn just to nix out the incoming damage and get more Inspire triggers. And again. One last time. I'll do it. Oh, it's day and night playing this between, or playing with Spine Chief as our lead rather than Echo. Another Bogfly. Also, Echo Snare with Infused and Consume available for that bottom line. Obviously sets up for a bunch of hidden Consume triggers. I think if I'm gonna go for another Bogfly, it would be upgrade these and then dupe them. Give me that Echo Snare. Green Recruit. Yeah, Green Recruit and I'll run a second line. Under Legion Merchant of Steel, yes, that'll be related to my second line. Multi-Strike and Smidge. Okay. Plus the Colonel. So, I think I multi-strike a Bogfly and Smidge Keeper? I could give Keeper Echoes a little bit of additional health. I just don't think it really matters. Yeah, because I'm going to be using... Spine Chief as our front line consistently. Start a battle, enemy defeating floor. Slow moving entropy as well. That's kind of annoying. can set up on top line here. The only problem is when Legion comes out, it's pretty bad. But as long as I've got enough clusters, enough Inspire triggers from Keeper of Echoes, I should be able to get my Bogflys large enough that we're able to take them out even on top line. Little bit of bog for the top. I'm going to... Oh, it's too much energy. I don't need that. Yeah, I'll Echo Snare the second floor just to clear all of them out. And a Fracture for another Savage Spearman. You do need to be able to do 70 damage to that knife when it gets to the top. Whoa. Not really in a good position, unfortunately, to... That's pretty bad. I'm going to take a Bogfly from here. I'm going to fly it to the top floor in front of Keeper of Echoes. I'm going to play a single Fracture. That'll give you the ability to survive. Double Gooey top line and Spore Touch doesn't even save Bogfly. Unless I fly the other Bogfly to the front, which I really shouldn't do. Definitely going to take the extra energy this turn so that I can burn up Calcified Ember. We're about to cycle the deck, possibly even getting back to these gooey flasks. Got him. Good gosh. Very glad to have made it out on that one. Echo Transfer. Yeah, I mean, I got a multi-striker on the top line. Oh, Gooey Flask with an Infuse. Beautiful. Yeah, I think Emergent of Magic and an Under Legion banner makes sense. Intrinsic. So double stack. I want to double stack a Gooey Flask. And choose the infused one. Intrinsic's just another card in my opening hand. It's really good for helping us set up. I think I give that to Echo Snare. 10 magic power, nothing receives it. Squad leader or Ramosnoki? So that's... I don't think Spine Chief should be our top line. I think it should be our bottom line because of the AoE clear that we're getting from it. Actually means that Trample's a little less important. So then the second line would just be Cluster Colonel, Ramosnoki, and then the bottom line is first turn Spine Chief, Keeper of Echoes. So I literally just need one additional deployment ember. Oh. Echo Transfer is really good for Dante. Keeper of Echoes is really good for Dante. Yeah. I haven't had Dante since the update. This is interesting. Definitely Echo Transfer for Dante. I'm not going to be playing him for damage for a while, because Keeper of Echoes and Dante can't be on the same floor at the moment. I think I start there. And then when the Shield Steward dies, I replace it. I just realized I'm putting my Keeper of Echoes in front of Spine Chief, which is exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. And then I'm doing it. So I should maybe not be doing that. It seems like a mistake that I, Rhapsody, knew that was a mistake. But Ryan, the person who's clicking the cards, clearly didn't. There you are. Now isn't that nicer? Get him, Dante! Daunt him! Perfect time for the big gooey flask. I could chump with a Bogfly on the top line. It loses a lot of my damage, though. I suppose I could also just fracture once up here. But then I miss out on Cluster Colonel if I have to cast a card. Actually, the rest of this deck is quite cheap. I'll play the Equus Reservation this turn then, enabling me to fracture the top, lose that line, then Cluster Colonel here, and I'll even... Actually, I should Bogfly before the Cluster Colonel so it gets an additional HP and regen. Unlikely to be relevant, but I'll do it anyway. I need to find a better way to try and keep my spine cheap alive. Hell yeah. I honestly did not expect it to be that close down there. 77 by 2, still good enough. God, if I can get quick on that Bogfly and then fly it down to the bottom, ooh boy. Mitosis cap. That's a way to get more Bogflies. God, it's a way to get another Dante as well. Fungi in a suit. Look, it's just a good card. Spike of the Legion. Propagate 2x. Oh. It's fine. I want the Mitosis cap. It's really early. I think I can get some really good use out of it. I think I can get a second Bogfly. I can probably get a second Dante. Ah. The annoying thing about this is Enchantrell is actually really good. It's so expensive. You just have to take it, make it work. I gotta go for energy first off here, unfortunately. Merchant of Trinket's money, Merchant of Steel. Merchant of Steel also a little bit more important because of the Dante and because we already have the Mitosis Scout. So if I get a really good unit upgrade, I can just dupe that unit in the next battle. Infector for a single Inspire trigger every round of combat doesn't inspire me much. A Spine Chief 2. Forgotten Trade would be a good way to... Another multi-strike for a Bogfly? Yeah. Oh. It's contesting Endless Green Recruit, which... Obviously, I love an Endless Green Recruit. Mushy Room plus 15 damage to all units on the floor. It's reasonable. Sorry, Fight Club plus 15 damage to all units on the floor and infused. It's reasonable. I really think Mushy Room is more the direction we care about. So I think our bottom line, like, we've got Keeper of Echoes, Enchantrell, we've got Cluster Colonel and Amorous Inoki. We've got a lot of deployment energy worth of stuff that we want to play, and not all the space and time to play them. I think Endless Green Recruit's really good with Enchantrell. It kind of demands that I run a bottom line that focuses on that. The only problem is if I don't draw that early, that's kind of just a dead bottom line. How else do I trigger rally down there? Only cluster kernel, and if I have cluster kernel, then I don't have the ability to also play Keeper of Echoes. In which case our bottom line becomes cluster behind Enchantrell. And then Amorous Inoki can't even fit. And I also can't even fit the green recruit endlessly down on that bottom line if I'm doing it like that. Damn. Dante loves damage up. I do think +5 damage per echo is just... it's going to be a great amount of damage for Dante. Obviously, the other one wants to be quick. In a neutral next fight, what are my lines? Spine Chief wants to be as low as possible so that the Inspire trigger can reap a bunch of enemies. So it's Spine Chief clusters, Spine Chief, Keeper of Echoes, bottom line. I now have 4 deployable energy left. And then the next floor up, at the moment, feels like it's probably Dante and Cluster Kernel. Dante doing damage, Cluster Kernel generating defense every turn. And then we fly Bogflys down. So if that's it, then we give damage to Dante from those. And then the top line would be Enchantrell, Amorous Inoki, and then it gets the green recruit endlessly. I also think this plus 20 health is either Amorous Inoki, who is going to be at the front of the top line a lot of the time, or Keeper of Echoes, but Keeper of Echoes is being defended by my unit at the moment. Yeah. So... who's defending Cluster Kernel? No one yet, but it's not necessary. Alright, I'm glad I worked that through. I would have picked a completely different set of things when I walked into that room. So that's our bottom line. And then our midline is this. This. I really can't play the stewards. They would be taking the space of units that I actually care about. Got to lower their damage here on the bottom line, unfortunately. So pop that mushy room down. Enchantrell for up top. And then Spore Touch gets him. Yeah, I do need a significantly better way of supporting the health of Spine Champion. I'm so glad that I got the double stacked GUI that turn, though. Really helps out. Go transfer for the... Youch. Oh. I do really want a second Keeper of Echoes, but my deployment energy. Oh. No, I don't want two endless green recruits. I do want one of them earlier. I can't have two, though. You didn't get another upgrade. Is second Dante right now the good choice? I almost feel like mitosis cap for the health on the bottom line is also important, as well as the Keeper of Echoes getting... Oh, that's so much more damage. Yeah, the Keeper of Echoes surviving on 1 health there for a period of time. I probably ended up doing like 300 more damage because I put that on the bottom. All right. Turned out well. Not hatching eggs. Soul Cripple. 2 Ember, Infuse Consume, apply Reap 15 and Rooted 1. Yeah. Echo Snare is also pretty good. As a consume card that I get really early. Gooey Flasks, also really good. Chamber of Recall would be bringing those back. Soul Cripple's really nice. Not many things apply Rooted. And a lot of the time when I am using Reap, I really do want the unit to stay on the same line. I think I'm leaning Chamber of Recall, though. Pox. 2 Ember Infuse Consume, deal 20 damage to all units and DK 10 to all units as well. Wax Cap. I am probably going Capacity at some point. Dig deep. Yeah, dig deep. Good way to be able to spawn without having to focus on it. 2 fights with you? I thought it was 3 fights with you before you say this. Anyway, I'll be going for the Candelabra so that I can much more easily ignore your candles. An artifact outside of a Merchant of Trinkets is always pretty exciting. If I was duping anything here, I would bias away from duping units, just because I already have the mitosis cap to be able to do that in the future. And I'd probably just dupe another glowy? Excuse me? Gooey Flask. Not a huge subset of things that I really want to make deployable, but there's certainly equipment that I would like to get for Dante. Next Merchant of Arms is... Okay, we had 2 more Merchants of Arms this run. I don't have to take this one. And with the Shield Stewards and Spear Stewards, like, actually dead in the deck, I really do want to visit an Unstable Steward. Sorry, an Unstable Steward. I have Unstable Stewards. I really want to visit an Unstable Vortex to remove them. Evolutionary Instinct. When a unit has a 3rd unique status effect applied to it, Propagate 2. That'll happen a decent amount for us. We're doing a lot of them. Spells get an extra upgrade slot or re-roll. I only have 2 more Merchants of Magic, and if I go to both of those, I only have 1 final choice of Merchant of Steel or Merchant of Arms. I really feel like I still need to visit another Merchant of Steel. Quick and damage especially for Dante is huge. A large stone just to shore up the health of Keeper of Echoes would actually be huge as well. Allows me to tank with you on the bottom line much more consistently. Dualism for Enchantrell, although that's not as relevant immediately. Quick also for Bogfly, but multi-strike for Bogfly as well. Yeah, most of the big upgrades I have a good use for. Titanite least of which. And Endless. In terms of spells, I mean, like, the obvious thing is there's a Gooey Flask that would love to be heavily upgraded. Unfortunately, if I do something like that, my next ability to dupe it is in Heaven's Maw. Feels like that's going to be a little bit too little too late. Sick. Carving Coruscant would have been really nice as well. When Extract is used, gain 1 energy and 1 gem on the floor. I only have 1 Extract trigger in the deck at the moment, but you see him. However, we get Attuned Whetstone on deployment phase, draw an equipment card from a deck, and reduce its cost to 0. So currently, that is having to draw for us the Mitosis Cap. That's fine. I have even more reasons. Oh, at the start of turn, friendly units propagate 1. Yay! I mean, it's opposed by the... God damn it. I have to take Volatile Gauge. It'll give me the ability to play all of my units on the first turn a lot of the time. It's gonna consistently randomize their costs down. And it's a draw relic. And I've already got an energy relic. I'm probably going to go for a second energy relic for the additional deployment ember, which means over the course of the run, I've got additional draw, and I've got unstable costs. It's a Whetstone run. Hey, it's a Volatile Gauge run. The Whetstone, however, is just going to give us the Mitosis Cap, but after I get the Mitosis Cap to dupe something, I'll probably just remove it. Yeah, this is why I did it. Anyway, Spine Chief, Keeper of Echoes, give you a little bit of Mitosis Cap. Then, God, I really do want to be able to go Capacity as well. Like, it really help. Anyway, can't do it, though. I guess let's sap people before they get to the top line? Yeah. Although that requires that I draw my Endless unit. But I have a couple of turns to do it safely. It's really good that we have the Candelabra, so I don't have to play out all of the Dante's candles as we draw them. Also going to drop the mushy room down here. Sick. Literally no damage is ascending at the moment. Little tough to see a Bogfly with that high of a cost, but thankfully I actually can do something about that. There's finally the green recruit. We'll also give Chamber of Recall to the next floor. Drop a candle, 1 Spore Touch for the bottom line. I mean, you want to do more than that, but do what you can. Oh, this Vengeful Shard doesn't even bear playing. Additional Bogfly I don't have space for on the bottom. Actually, I don't have space for it on any floor. Got a big Sap the Boss. That'll have to do it. Oh, Echo Snare. It doesn't happen after every round of combat, though, so it's not especially good in the Relentless phase. Shame we didn't win down there. My Toaster's Cap would have gone off. That's it. I do want a second Keeper of Echoes because they have, you know, question mark cost right now, but it's also not that important. Ambient Charge. 0 cost infused ability of Echo Burn. Yeah, it's got a cost associated with it, but it's still really good. Another Mitosis Cap? No. Grower? Because Mushy can go on top. Alright. I think it's Steel, then Arms, then we can decide what we want for the final one, which means we're foregoing all Merchants of Magic from now on. Is that okay? With a really good Gooey Flask in the deck, with a double stack on. Yeah, spells aren't my primary. Quick for Dante. I don't really need that Titanite. +5 from an Echo Stone. Given that Bogfly is not going to get the quick upgrade here, I may as well give you that. +20 for the Amorous Inoki. If I roll, what am I looking for? I am looking for Dualism. I'm looking for Large Stone. Yeah, okay. Damn it. You don't turn down the additional multi-strike. Oh, actually, hang on. I didn't think about how good Smidge Stone is. That's the ability to put Amorous Inoki, Enchantrell, and Cluster Kernel on the same floor. This Keeper of Echoes is probably, like, not keeping pace with the actual damage that we need. And then I could just put Dante on the bottom line instead. Oh, I shouldn't split those floors in that way. The green recruit's going to struggle. No, I'm certain there's a good way to do it. Oh. I didn't just heal my fire, did I? No, okay. Yeah. It's possible I just draw a handful of Dante's Candelabras and I can't play all of them because they've got high costs, so Unstable Shard could just straight up kill me. And, in fact, is quite likely to. So I will just take +25 max HP for the Pyre, please. And a full heal on the Pyre. I mean, Keeper of Echoes is looking really expensive right now. This might be my best opportunity to run this floor. I don't have a different piece of equipment I was going to give you, right? No. And then I can put a Keeper of Echoes and maybe dupe it on the top line? Who knows? Amorous, Enchantrell. Yeah, I mean, these are going to have randomized costs when I draw them anyway, so leaving one cost in hand doesn't even change anything. Cluster Kernel can go on this line, though. Bottom line's all good already. Start sapping Kale then. Dante John draws some cards for us. That's a Bogfly for the bottom. And I'll also Echo Snare to make sure we also finish off the bottom, because I did just take some floor capacity down, which takes a lot of damage off Dante. Not floor capacity, floor gem. Gem count. The echoes of the floor. I'm going to use Aquas just so that I can play a single Fracture on this bottom line this turn. I really want this line to die so I don't have to deal with a Chosen Bastion ascending with, what do they call it? With Lifesteal and damage. Lifesteal and high damage. It can be a really dangerous unit with those. Alright. Shame that I did that last hand, because this hand has high cost. Oh well. Bogfly, fly you down, and then I'll dig deep on mid to add a bunch of sap to the enemy. Echo Transfers just made the Dante. At the end of combat. I mean, Grow Room should probably be on the mid lane then. Hold up. Gosh damn it. Because I still haven't played Keeper of Echoes. I've now got my second draw of the Mitosis Cap, and I still can't do it. Alright. Alright. I'm going to have to give myself an opportunity here. Mitosis Cap costs 3, though. Oh, 2 in this hand. Alright. Draw. Nope, that didn't change. Alright. We're doing the same thing again. I don't even have place. I don't even have space, rather, now to play the Keeper of Echoes if I do draw it. Actually, that seems like a fair concern. I'm gonna throw a Fracture on... Oh. Spore Touch will do it. I'm gonna throw a Spore Touch on the top line. We Echo Infusion for the bottom. Save 1 Pyre HP. All right, we have a tiny chance here. Come on, Dante, I need you to draw the mitosis cap, and it needs to be 0 or 1 cost, okay? Oh, I have to give you more energy. You have failed me. The additional energy after this fight's going to be so good. Unearthed remains. Gain... Sorry, infused as well. Huge. Consume. Gain an empty echo space and fill it with echo. Next flame. I'd committed to merchant arms. Do I really need it? Yeah, Dante would love to be wearing a weapon that does something. Well. Zone of Silence, and I'm going to make you deployable. My bottom line is just going to mute. Meat Shield's not half bad to pop on Spine Sheath, so I'll take it. I'm not fixing Dante's problem here, it turns out. I could have sworn I was, but yep, that's not what I'm doing. It's really hard to justify duping a unit here. Where do you put them? Another Unearthed Remains. Not all bad for that bottom line, though. Gets to keep significant more gems turn over turn. Another copy of the Gooey Flask is also good. But I think I'll go with the Unearthed Remains. Start a battle enemy is burned each floor. So I can set up on top lines against these. The only problem is I don't really want to. That's a pretty big problem. Putting Dante on the top line does just immediately solve everything up there. And then I would go back to putting a keeper on the bottom. I can do this. It just requires me to put Dante on top. Zone of Silence was 0. So the enemy Deafening Herald is silenced consistently on this bottom line. Echo transfer for damage at the top. The Gooey Flask keeps the second line alive as well. Then I can just go for maximum Inspire value on the bottom. I had to buff the enemies there in order to expand the space, unfortunately. And mushy top. I really like Chamber of Recall as well. Let's bring back Gooey Flask's Echoes and Unearthed remains. Oh boy. Oh, I'm not triggering incants on the bottom line when I cast. Of course, of course, of course. We're all good. Do I want the Mitosis Cap on Keep Rebecca? Do I want the Mitosis Cap on Dante? Without additional capacity, I think it's really hard to make it on Dante. I'm also going to use Aqua's Reservation this turn to get the Chamber of Recall out, because I really do think that... Yeah, it just gave me immediately another Gooey Flask, which is just a full turn of health for the bottom line, basically. And it gave back the same Gooey Flask. That's really annoying, though. So this Gooey Flask had its cost increased. Wait. Wait, hang on. Does return a random consume spell to hand? Why does it not return it at the same cost if it's returning it rather than... Strange. Yeah, if I'm gonna be drawing, I shouldn't just draw hoping for 0 costs. You should draw before that, so that you have more information on what to do for the rest of your turn. That's much better. Draw with Bogfly first, then Echo transfer for Dante. Yeah, I should cast a couple of cards down here. Right, it's only non-boss enemy units that I can silence. So Thane is still going to give out spikes, and I lose so much of my damage if I cast any spell down there. Woo. Well, turns out this Mitosis Cap isn't going to do anything all run. It's just a health buff. It could certainly be worse. Oh, this one's a problem. We're going to give a huge amount of damage to Athane as she's ascending here. Oh, boy. Okay. My play here then has to be get as much chump block and gem on top line as I possibly can. Oh, God. I'm screwed. You're kidding me. Yeah, Chosen Breaststone's gonna come out with spikes. Dante dies trying to strike it, and we lose. I didn't... well. We'll try that one battle again. Previously planning around doing a Dante top line. For some reason, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. Really worried about doing Dante bottom line as well, though. Still just going to die to the Ascension, unless it also has Keeper of Echoes triggers. Or maybe Amorous Inoki? Spine Sheath is most of our I'm so confused. Without having been able to support additional health on Dante. I think it ultimately effectively just comes down to the health management of the bottom line. I need my units on that bottom line to be there for a bit longer. Spine Chief on the bottom line is essential, I think. I think the Keeper of Echoes bottom line is even essential as well, because otherwise I don't get through the first line of the boss. Okay. So what about Keeper Dante second line? Amorous Enchantrell plus the top. Dante's doing great on the second line. I'm looking for as many Inspire triggers as I can get down there. On this line, I only need to cast whatever gets us through. A little less damage taken on each of these lines seems good to me too. So it's literally just Inspire for as much health as Dante can have. Mushroom top line, I can give Unearthed Remains to this line and then Chamber Recall. I could Gooey Floss to the bottom line, but I think I'm better served getting a Mitosis Cap on Dante for some reason. Good Remains to Unearth, though. 2 Inspire triggers from each of those. Yeah, just the AoE clear. That's all you need to do on the bottom line. Green Recruit's not a bad chump. Especially because it's infused, so chumping it on the bottom line, actually sick as hell. Get a Bogfly down here. Bogfly, you don't need to fly anymore, so you can take Ambient Charge. You can even use Ambient Charge, drawing more cards, getting your Bogfly. Bogfly, can Bogfly down. I'm gonna use the Aqua's Reservation, because that's another Unearthed Remains, and I really want to play that. Deep once more for the top line and go. Yeah, this is seeming a lot more viable. Although I can't chump with Green Recruit anymore, maybe I should. The Spear Steward out. Thankfully, even though we inspire the enemies on this... Oh, sorry, you can't. The enemies on the same level. Should be okay. Yeah, this is an annoying case where I do think I have to play a card, because it kills all of the souls. Actually, hang on. If it's going to be any of them, it should be Gooey Blast. Throw Room Matters more to the top lane now. Oh my god. Oh no, casting any spell is an awful idea. But currently it's planning to leave that floor with 100 health left. I'm terrified it's going to get to this top floor and I'm not going to be able to do anything. I can't really change that. Here we go. Thankfully it's coming up with significantly less damage than it had last time. Okay. Good God. Chamber of Recall infused? No. Broken Memories, return to consume spell. Specific consume spell? Yes, please. I don't have space for another unit. I really don't. The truffles gives weapons. I like truffles. I think it's another Merchant of Arms now. +1 reap each stack it's applied. Really important. First spell costs -1 for each 15 cards in the deck. Also great. Stasis? I mean, Stasis is great for Dante if you can engage with it for a couple of turns, but I'm not really going to have that many turns I can engage with it. Also, Ambient Charge has an ability as well, so it's not like I can put those both in the same unit. In terms of removals, it's got to be Mitosis Cap as one of them. I like Ambient Charge a lot, but am I going to be merging it into another piece of equipment? I mean, Inferno Room bottom line, obviously, it solves so much of entropy. I mean, Iron Tongue quick for a sweep on the bottom line. It's even more damage for Dante as well. I think his Iron Tongue sweep that bottom line. Prevents Spine Chief from almost ever taking damage. I mean, the main problem with that is I'm not using the Inspire scaling for the bottom line either. I get my additional Bogflys down there, and basically just no one contests them. Iron Song, Ambient Charge, merge, and I remove the Meat Shield. Ancient Roots. An additional stack of Reap each time it's applied isn't going to have a huge effect, but I will be taking it. So my reckoning is Zone of Silence bottom line, Spine Sheep with Dante behind. Dante wears the merged equipment. Next floor is Keeper of Echoes basically sits alone in this current setup. So in this bottom line, Dante just immediately kills everyone, and also your damage is no longer affected by gems, so I can keep just spending. Play the expense one first, but also, I guess, do that on Keeper of Echoes floor? I mean, it's the only floor that can inspire. Might as well be the one, rather, that inspires. Got a Gooey Blast boss. They'll get a lot more of it at the end of the turn. Truffles hits top and gives us Windblade. So fly the Bogfly down. No one has like an equipped trigger or anything like that, because this Windblade's not going to do anything. I guess Resolve Shift, sure. Broken Memories to get the Unearthed Remains back atop the deck. That's still important for the Bogfly scaling. Gotta unearth those remains. Use Dante for the draw here. Let's go Chamber Recall, second floor, Marshy top. Yeah. I don't want to dig deep on the top line because I still need the space for another Bogworm to fly down to the bottom. Iron Sun. Yeah, I'll give it to someone who's generally buffed by it. It's never gonna have more damage than that. I don't want to play the Endless Green Recruit on the top line because it stops the Bogfly flight. Bogfly! Also burn out Calcified Ember, the Broken Memories to give us back a Unearthed. Which actually, I can even draw this turn, and then I can play. And I'll use Aqua's Reservation to save myself some HP. A huge amount of sap on that second floor was added to Serapaternus, who now is not going to be dealing damage. I'm going to keep the silence up. Thanks for the Moonglaive Truffles. Pretty worried about this bottom line not doing any damage, but at least the Serapaternus isn't either. Hell yeah. I'm glad all's well that ends well. I'm pretty sure the Titan fight should be pretty much the same. $330 damage in AoE is pretty decent for that. Even by the end of the fight, Seraph still wasn't dealing damage. Sorry, bud. Oh, sorry. Titan time. Zone of Silence for the bottom line. Enchant Thrill's my only expensive thing here, but... Oh, wow, it's not even going to stop me playing it. Bogfly's down. Got an Echo Snare and Chamber of Recall, the second line. And Gooey Blast. Keeper of Echoes is just going to be dying on that top line. That's fine. This is my design. Get him with the Gooey. Oh boy, Spine Chief's going to be taking decent damage to Troppy for a while here. I don't have a good way of healing the Spine Chief at all. I literally just need to stop it from taking damage in the first place. Oof. Gain, Bogfly down to the bottom. Keep zapping. Now I'm taking less damage to Entropy, but I'm taking 15 every turn for Dominion. As more and more corruptions being added. Entropy dies in a couple of rounds. Savagery is going to take a while after. We get 2 fractures on the top line. So you're taking 24 damage a turn up there at least. Half of the remaining health of Savagery here. Decent amount done by Reap. Unfortunately, the only real way to defend this line would be drawing exactly Dig Deep. Pretty concerned here. This is the last time we have a living Spine Chief. I can get a green recruit. I can even make sure that it stays until next turn. It needs to actually die, otherwise I won't have the space to play the green recruit on the bottom line next turn, which is going to be necessary, but trying to keep it alive. Dante, that is, that time. Yeah, we're in the position where you just take the damage here. I'm also probably in the position where if I do lose all of my units, I can kind of just keep myself alive until all of these bosses die. Not what I was trying to do. I was trying to play a thing, not click for the ability. There's that gooey recruit. Ooh, and a green flask. Savagery next turn, maybe? And I'm going to proactively dig deep on the bottom line to try and just have more beef there when Savagery comes down. Oh, that gooey flask is going to matter. Savagery currently planning on doing damage. No more damage. Yeah, this is it. Get Savagery down to only 54 health remaining. Yeah. If I Pyolite, we don't even get to fight on the bottom line. Savagery just dies to its decay, and Reapin kind of dies to its sap. Not directly, but it does die, and the sap was an instrumental part of that. One mushy room for the very top line, and then we watch it all come apart. Oh boy. Weird run. Wasn't really stressed at almost any point, and then suddenly there was like, oh, you will die if this action goes through. I mean, there's a few things more traditional than a bottom line Dante sweep. But applying a bunch of Reap? It's decently cool. A big gooey flask, also pretty fun. Overstacking a floor by getting 2 Bogflys in the base deck, having a 3 size and a 2 size, flying both of those Bogflys down, that was good fun as well. Didn't really get to expand upon the Keeper of Echoes. I tried a couple of times. If I had a second one, who knows what floors would have been set up. I'm very glad that Dante was dependable enough to get us over the edge of this run, though. Enchantrell, of course, just doing significant work the entire time. Just units don't leave that second floor with damage. And that's your doing. Good run. I'm gonna jump back to the old outpost. I'm gonna tell you, my name's Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations, and down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. How to rob the thank to, and a special thanks this episode to Disney. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.